Hey Charlie, hope all is well, buddy. Um, so this is the software I was telling you about. This is called WKO, and this is what I use. I'm gonna look at a few charts. I know there's a lot of data on here. It doesn't mean to, I don't mean to, confuse you much. But this first chart right here is just the pace distribution chart, and it goes from, I don't know if you can see this. It goes from zones 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So 5, A, B, and C. Obviously, most of our training is done in zone 1 and 2. We're endurance based. 43% in zone 2, and then 41% in zone 3. We've dialed it back a little bit. We have a little bit of zone 3, and then a little bit of threshold. I think in a perfect world, when you're trying to PR, maybe this applies to the fall, we'll see a greater distribution of your efforts here across zones 3 and 4 into zone 5. And I'll show you, we've really been focused on mostly endurance stuff, obviously, because that's what we're going to be racing. The second chart here is this is the performance management chart. We have a few things going on here. This blue line right here, it's called your chronic training load, and it's your average TSS it's a rolling period of 28 days. So we have this blue line, and we can associate that with your fitness. This pink line is called your ATL. It's your acute training load, and this is a proxy for your fatigue. It measures your average training stress over 7 days. This yellow line here is called your TSB, training stress balance. We also term this as your race readiness, and you'll see fatigue and race readiness are opposites. So when the fatigue is very high, the race readiness is very low. Likewise, when you see the fatigue come down here, you'll see the race readiness increase. It really only gets really important until we get up to race day, when we want to see this TSB number hovering a little more closer to 0. Obviously, that's bringing the fatigue down. You can see we had a really big jump in fitness here, all the way up until probably the first or second weekend in January. That's kind of where we decided maybe that we would bag the March marathon and just sort of focus on having some fun running Boston in a comfortable way. So we've leveled off here a little bit. If we would potentially have continued to hit the Boston preps like we wanted to, this blue line would probably increase at a little bit greater rate than it is currently. The next data points that we see here are 3 or 4 specific durations. Black representing 30, yellow representing 60, red representing 90, and the green representing 120, and that's all of that in minutes. So these are like your best paces. So what we're looking for here is just a general trend upward, and you can see we are certainly trending upward here. Again, we had a really solid run on the second week of January, a 2-hour run we did. You set your best 30-minute run value there, your best 60-minute run value, your best 90-minute run value, and your best 2-hour run value of the season so far. But you can see even of late, which is even more important, from end of January to we are now, so in the past 4 weeks, we have a general trend of these numbers going upwards. So that's what we like to see, not to confuse you, but that's a little bit about this chart. Certainly I hope it drives some questions, so let me know. Take care, bud.